This is a third and fourth stimulus check update. The IRS finally released a payment date for veteran beneficiaries to get the third stimulus check. Evictions are still happening now despite the eviction moratorium. I'm going to share a free resource with you of how you could check for emergency rental assistance in your area. Then I'll give you the latest updates on the infrastructure bill and fourth stimulus check. Then I'll answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you appreciate these no fluff updates, then hit the like button down below. On a personal note, I've been up since 2 in the morning. My 2-year-old daughter Kalea has been crying between 2 and 5 in the morning. I think she had a bellyache, but I think she's feeling better because she's sleeping. And I pounded a bunch of coffee before filming this video, so let's get right into it. Alabama governor says mask mandate will expire on Friday at 5 p.m. and announces a new health order. So basically, in Alabama, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Should people continue to wear masks? Not wearing masks? Let me know your thoughts on that, and should states step in with having mandates or no mandates? I'm really curious about what you think about this. Down here in South Carolina, I've noticed a lot more people not wearing masks in grocery stores. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on wearing masks versus not wearing masks. In terms of COVID cases, it looks like we've had like a 7-day average between like 55 and 65,000 over the past few weeks, much lower than the spike we had recently. Let's get into stimulus news. So the IRS put out a new news release saying that it dispersed 25 million more economic impact payments this past week, and that's going out majority to Social Security recipients. So this is a long update here, a lot of words. I want to save you some time and just point out 2 important details. So basically it's saying that it sent out 156 million payments so far, and that the majority of them, at least with this fourth batch of payments, contained 24 million direct deposit payments and 1 million paper checks, and the majority of them went out to Social Security recipients. No debit cards. So according to a few different websites, IRS and the Social Security Administration, anyone on Social Security benefits will not receive a debit card. So it looks like a paper check. So if you didn't receive your direct deposit on April 7th, it looks like a paper check will probably be mailed out April 9th. And another important piece of information here is that non-filer VA beneficiaries will get their electronic payment April 14th. No note of a paper check being mailed out. But if we're going to follow the pattern, probably Friday, April 16th is when the paper checks will be sent out. They didn't say how many are going to be sent out, and they said that the Get My Payment tool will have another update on April 10th and 11th with more information. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you received your paper checks? Have you gotten your direct deposits? Any new information on the Get My Payment tool? Let us know down in the comments below. And regarding the rebate recovery credits, so not everyone got the full amount for the rebate recovery credit, and let me know down in the comments below, have you gotten your rebate recovery credit yet? So basically it's saying there's 4 reasons why you may not have gotten the full amount for the credit. Basically, one of them is the individual was claimed as a dependent on another person's 2020 tax return. The individual did not provide a social security number valid for employment. The qualifying child was age 17 or older on January 1st, 2020, and math errors relating to calculated the adjusted gross income and any EIPs already received. So those are 4 reasons why there may have been a different amount for the rebate recovery credit. And I've heard in the comments, or I've seen in the comments, a lot of delays with getting those credits. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on what's happening with that. Moving on, so in Texas, there are a floodgate of evictions going on, and not just Texas, across the entire country. It seems that states are not adhering to the federal eviction moratorium, which is supposed to go on until June 30th, and people are just being evicted anyway. So if you're having any issues with that, on the brink of eviction, or having problems with your paying your rent, I highly recommend this. It is a completely free resource. If you go to the National Low Income Housing Coalition site, so it is nlihc.org/rental assistance. You can look it up in Google. It'll take you to this. So if you want to look up for rental assistance in your area, new rental assistance programs are coming out on a daily basis in many different towns, cities, counties, and states. You just go here, look for your state and county, and town and you'll see what programs are available for you. This is still rental assistance from the second stimulus check package as well as the third stimulus check package that just passed. So there's billions of dollars that are up for grabs. As long as you qualify, I highly recommend you go for the emergency rental assistance programs. And moving on, let's talk about the minimum wage. So it looks like we're not going to have an increase in the federal minimum wage, and we missed out on it. The reason why is because the Senate parliamentarian ruled out that the minimum wage could be part of any bill that could be used through reconciliation. And since the Democrats used the reconciliation tool for this last stimulus check package, they're going to use it again for this upcoming infrastructure bill, which means they won't be able to include the $15 minimum wage. Now, Bernie Sanders has another way around this. I'm going to play you a clip from him. He's talking about another way of how to raise wages. Here's a clip of Bernie Sanders right now.
You and Elizabeth Warren and other progressive lawmakers were the subject of trolling by an Amazon PR Twitter account last week. Apparently, it's been reported that Jeff Bezos himself was upset that company officials weren't defending Amazon enough from your criticisms. He's also refused your invitation to testify in front of the Senate. I wonder, how much do you think representative democracy in this country is threatened by the power of a single citizen who is worth $180 billion?
I think it's a serious problem. When we talk about income and wealth inequality, it's not just that two people, Bezos being one of them, own more wealth than the bottom 40% of the American people. That is wrong unto itself. But I think we forget the kind of power that these individuals have. Bezos owns the Washington Post. You have large corporations who have thousands of lobbyists all over Washington, D.C., former leaders of the Democratic and Republican Party. They make incredible campaign contributions. So when we talk about the need to create a vibrant democracy, it means taking on income and wealth inequality, bringing power back to ordinary people through campaign finance reform, through ending gerrymandering, to ending the suppression of voters. And when I was down in Birmingham talking to the workers, what you heard is tales of incredibly bad working conditions, people who are disrespected, people whose concerns are not being heard, and they want a union to represent them. So obviously, if they win that union organizing drive, and I hope that they do, it will not only be important for Amazon workers in Birmingham, I think it will spread all over this country to other Amazon warehouses, and I think it will be a shot in the arm for union organizing all across this country. It is no great secret that wages for workers have been stagnant for decades now. Rich are getting richer. Many workers are working longer hours for low wages. We got to grow the union movement. And if we are successful in Birmingham, I think it will have an impact on union organizing around the country.
So let me know what you think about this down in the comments below, with Bernie Sanders unionizing Amazon as well as many other companies across the country. Do you think this is a good idea, bad idea? Let me know down in the comments below. And we have a guest appearance by my 2-year-old daughter, Kalea. She just woke up. It's funny, I was just talking about her too before. How you feeling? You feeling better? Yeah? Yeah, she's still a little out of it. She just woke up. All right, so ironically, Jeff Bezos supports the Biden's infrastructure push as well as the corporate tax rate hike. So Amazon is the second largest employer in the country, and they are on the brink of getting unionized. And Jeff Bezos actually supports the corporate tax hike going from 21% to 28%. And ironically, Amazon has barely ever paid federal taxes. So somehow they're able to make billions and billions of dollars per year and barely pay any taxes on it. But it looks like this year might be the last year that they're able to get away with barely paying any taxes. Moving on, let's talk about the fourth stimulus check and infrastructure bill, since they kind of go hand in hand and they're intertwined. So Pramila Jayapal says, in a crisis like this, we need to give struggling people all the support they need, $2,000 checks every month until this crisis is over. So there's still a big push. You all right? Yeah. Okay. There's still a big push for the fourth stimulus check, mainly from the progressive Democrats. And we haven't heard anything yet of it being in the next stimulus package. So far, we just have the first part of the infrastructure bill, and we're going to hear the second part, which is going to be the family plan. This is more in detail of what Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal are talking about in their standalone bill. It's called the ABC Act, which stands for Automatic Boost to Communities, and it's going to have a $2,000 payment and then $1,000 recurring monthly payments throughout the pandemic, and then a year after that. So is this going to be in the infrastructure bill? I don't think so, because it's a standalone bill right now. If there is going to be a fourth stimulus check, my hunch is that it may be a one-time payment. I don't think it's going to be a recurring payment. But the Democrats have complete control over whatever they want with whatever bills. They could have it as high, as expensive as they want, because they plan on using the reconciliation process. Now, when it comes to the reconciliation process, Joe Manchin, a Democrat senator from West Virginia, is throwing cold water on the budget reconciliation. So he's flexing his muscle in two different ways. Daddy. Yeah, Daddy's here. I'm almost done. Look, you want to say hi to everyone? So he doesn't want to do the budget reconciliation. He wants to work with Republicans on this upcoming bill, and he also doesn't want the tax rate hike. Now, Joe Manchin has a lot of power, because in order for the reconciliation to happen, the Democrats need all 50 Democrats on board to vote for whatever bill it is so it could pass through reconciliation. And if Joe Manchin or any other Democrat is not for it, then most likely it's not going to happen. So that's what happened with the third stimulus check package. Joe Manchin said, I don't want this, I don't want that. And he actually got what he wanted. It was kind of crazy how one person had that much control over millions of people's lives. Now, when it comes to the fourth stimulus check, there's still a lot of people who are pushing for it. So I think at the time, there's probably more than this by now, but there's over 75 lawmakers who are in favor of the recurring stimulus check in the infrastructure plan. As I mentioned before, we just heard the jobs part of the infrastructure plan from President Biden. That is the American Jobs Plan. And then the second part of it is the American Family Plan, which is going to have more social programs. At this time, Republicans criticized the first part, the American Jobs Plan of the infrastructure bill, that it had too much social issues in it. Basically, the Democrats are calling it human infrastructure or care infrastructure. I'm really curious what the family plan is going to have too, if it's going to be considered part of infrastructure. I'll keep you updated on that. So with the fourth stimulus check, we're still waiting to hear if that's going to be in the bill. Subscribe to the channel if you want the latest news on what's happening with the fourth stimulus check. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I just like to tell you as it is. I don't want to hype anything and give you any false hope. I just want to report the news and the facts as is. Next, excuse me, I'm going to answer the questions that you leave for me in the comments. Natasha Edwards asks, what do you do when you filed your 2020 taxes and you received the $1,400 but didn't receive the $600 payment? So with the $600 payment, yeah, Daddy's here, almost done, okay? It's okay. So with the $600 payment, I'm assuming you're talking about the rebate recovery credit. So if you filed your taxes and you put on line 30 how much money you were owed, let's say the $600, some people are saying that they're getting them now, but most people are experiencing delays with getting the rebate recovery credit. So yeah, at this time, the only thing you could do is wait for that. Greg Baruki asks, I'm on SSI and got my first two stimulus via direct deposit. I think I remember you saying that those on SSI are required to get stimulus via direct deposit, but I haven't got my third one yet. No pending deposits. Could I possibly getting a check or debit card? So just to clarify, I never said that SSI are required to get the stimulus check via direct deposit. That's not the case. You want to play with this? Yeah. Okay. So You may receive a direct deposit, but what I've noticed is that a lot of people who received the first 2 stimulus checks via direct deposit actually got a paper check. If you're on SSI, they're saying that you're not going to get a debit card. There were no debit cards sent out this week. So most likely you're going to get a paper check. And if the Get My Payment tool, or what I like to call the Waste My Time tool, isn't working, then a paper check might come your way. So be on the lookout in your mailbox for that. Tanya Jelks asks, is this $1,400 for everyone in a household, or is it just for certain people who file taxes or non-filers? So the $1,400 is for any person who has a social security number and less than $75,000 in income. So in the household, anyone under 17 who's claimed as a dependent, the person who claims them as a dependent is going to receive their $1,400, whether adult or child dependent, and everyone else should be able to get a stimulus check as well. All right, so that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully cheer you up a bit, here is my other daughter, Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you one thing that is so funny about me. I'm back! So, get to something else. When you feel really a little bit down, you should call a friend or a family member, because then you could feel more better. Like I have this here. That's all I wanted to speak to. Bye!
And I wanted to say thank you so much for everyone who left feedback on my video yesterday. Got a lot of good things I want to implement in the videos in terms of maybe having more bullet points and other critiques, which I thought were great. So thank you so much. And a lot of you said that everything was good as is. So I really appreciate your support. If you want more videos to watch, you could click this video down over here. You want to point? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, this link down over here if you want to watch more stimulus updates, or this one up over here. It's on my Wise Vibes channel if you want to feel more inspired and motivated throughout the day. So click one of those now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching. Let's say bye. Bye. Say bye. Bye. All right. Have a great day. Yeah, point. That's right. Point.